You are now listening to Ride With Me, the Flat Tire Podcast.
Welcome to Ride With Me, episode 26. Today is October 24th, 2020, 7 in the morning. And today's guest, women want him. Men want to be him. He doesn't get COVID. COVID gets him. The Italian stallion. Oh, wait. No, you're not Italian.
No.
Okay. Mr. Chris Bartholomew Smith.
Oh,
What's
thank
up?
you, Andy. Thank you for having me. Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Dude, the King of Ojai. What's going on, buddy?
Not a whole lot, man. Getting things done early in the morning on a Saturday. Loving it.
How's the drive over here?
This hour, it's quick. I was a little afraid we were going to not get up on time and wind up sitting in some of that traffic, but it looked good. It looked real good. About an hour and a half.
Traffic's not that bad early in the morning.
Nah.
I think Mr. Evan got here like in 20 minutes. Asshole was speeding.
He probably shouldn't have done that drive.
Nah, he wasn't. I think it took him an hour, I believe. But you are the longest drive guest so far.
All right.
So top that, Forrest and Adam, you freaking losers. No, I'm playing. Today, now, I've mentioned the story on how we met on previous episodes, and it's a reminder. My wife always told me, don't, be careful who you're an asshole to, or, because you just never know. Sure. You are an example and the reason, that she's right. Women are always freaking right for some reason. And she's right.
Always?
So far, my wife's been on top of things, dude. I'm 1,000,001 to 0. So she's winning.
Numbers don't lie.
Yeah, she's winning, bro. So for those of you been keeping up, or for those of you that have been keeping up with the podcast, Chris is the guy that I yelled at Walmart for cleaning pouches.
It's true.
I had him, he came over to merch the store, and he was just a regular merchandiser at the time. I think this was like April of 2013, and I pretty much ripped him because the salesman was a douchebag.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal. I'm not going to say you weren't justified, but it was a little harsh.
Yeah, it was
a little harsh.
It was an asshole. And as I'm yelling at you to clean those pouches and mop the floor, somebody from the company walks in and says, "Hey, I work for this company too. How can I help you?" I'm like, "I'll yell at you next." And I went back at Chris, like, you
gave it to me pretty good.
I did. I think I was proud that day too. I went to the wife, "Hey, babe, I just made this guy freaking mop the floor."
Roles reversed, I would have been proud too. I mean, but.
And that's the day that she told me, "Be careful who you're an asshole to."
Yeah, it was, in your defense, the salesman at the time was writing orders clearly above and beyond what anybody needed to do. I think he had about 8 pallets to go into a 3-pallet bay.
Yeah, roughly. It was. I mean, I would get phone calls from this guy and say, "Hey, I'm gonna be, you're getting this many cases." And back then, I didn't know the number, because when I did my inventories, and it's like, wait a minute, if he sent me 1 case of this, how come I have 4 of them now?
Right.
Now that I work for the company, I get it. 1 case of this means 4 6-packs. That's 1 case. Or 1 case of this is 2 12-packs. So that's 1 case. And this guy was just bombarding the store with
way too much.
He would call me like at 7 o'clock in the morning. "Hey, dude, I came in at 5. You weren't there, and I wrote this." Okay. And months later, until I finally caught on, "Hey, boss, can I come in at 5 in the morning? Because this guy is saying that he's been here, and I don't believe it." And the frustration that I had for him, I took it out on you.
Yeah.
And not just you, but other merchandisers. Because when I first came onto this company, the first week they made us ride with the drivers to kind of get an idea of what they do, how we write our orders, kind of dictates their day.
Sure.
And you know that. And your drivers love you for your orders?
As far as they know, they love me for sure.
Okay. And like I said, you weren't the only one that I was an asshole to. So when I first came to work with this company, I was with the drivers, and one of the merchandisers was speaking with the driver, and multiple times the guy just kind of glanced at me, and I'm like, okay. They're talking, and again he glances at me. Within 2-3 minutes later, he looks at me and says, "Aren't you that asshole from Walmart?" I'm like, and I pulled my shirt. Dude, we work for the same team now. We work for the same team now. So he was upset because he didn't get promoted. So he's like, how come they brought you in? So I give him a little rundown. Hey, I was a manager at this store. I was a manager at this store. I did this at Walmart. I did la 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 la. So he's like, okay, you've earned it. Whew, this guy's gonna take me outside and beat the shit out of me.
Right.
And but I didn't know when I was a relief for a year. Then I got promoted. Went out there to Santa Barbara with you guys, where I met you and Scotty. But I never remembered your face. But
I'm easily forgettable.
But you remembered mine.
Yeah.
You remember mine.
Yeah.
Believe it, what, a year later, we were freaking having lunch and a Walmart conversation came up and I said, yeah, they make us act like this. And then, they pretty much treat the vendors like dirt. And then you said, yeah, and they make us wipe pouches and mop the floor. And I was like,
Yeah.
That was you, man?
I remember doing that.
That was you? I'm sorry, bro. I love you, bro. We have nothing but love now. And look, here you are, freaking from Ojai to La Puente to record a podcast.
I'm glad the transition happened in our friendship, but yeah, it was, ladies and gentlemen, before he was Flat Tire Andy, he was Power Trip Andy, doing that inventory maintenance at Walmart, but it was justified. The orders that were coming in were ridiculous, and I don't think you realized that. I wasn't happy about it either because I had to work all that product and move it all around, and those pouches were a nightmare. Anybody who understands what we're talking about knows about it. Yeah, so it's literally what is it? Was it like a wine cooler in a pouch? Kind of like a pina colada or a margarita. It's kind of an attempt.
Yeah,
you put it in the freezer
in a pouch
into a slushy, like ready to drink sort of cocktail.
Horrible little bags.
But when you get the box and 10 of them have ripped open, all you have is a box full of syrup and pouches. It's disgusting. Yeah, so that was the biggest nightmare, and again took it out on you. But here we are. One time. Here we are. I've gotten worse. Yeah. From worse. Yeah. So again, I met you. Like I said, I met you in Santa Barbara with Scotty. Yeah, that Santa Barbara sales team was epic. Anybody that knows Scotty, I always ask them if they have a memorable story of Scotty. Can you have one that comes to mind? Nothing like that wasn't day to day. Scotty delivered all the time. He, whether it was working with him or sitting back and taking his BS, him calling you something, telling you that you're no Prince Charming yourself. Right. Which happened a lot. If he didn't insult you, he didn't like you. Exactly. He loved everybody. He helped everybody. And, we're all better off for knowing him. Yeah, I think I always play my music on random, and the moment one of his songs come up, it's like that's it. I stop everything and I'm just listening to his. It could be the one song over and over and over again. Yeah, but it's like I miss his voice, man. I miss that guy. The kids, the other day they're like, we were just praying for Scotty. Like, they miss him too. They miss him too. Yeah, he made an impact wherever he went. That was undoubtable. But he was a great dude. He definitely women wanted him and men wanted to be him. Oh, for sure. For sure. He would tell you that all day. Yeah, he's a good man. He's a good guy. We miss him. We love you, Scotty. But you are here today. Yeah, man. What's going on, man? You come from Wisconsin? Yeah. I'm from Wisconsin. I think you've had somebody on here from Minnesota, maybe. I don't know. But I think Serge went to Minnesota. Maybe that's what it was. Yeah. But anybody who knows anything about the Midwest knows that the winters are brutal and they last 10 months a year. So after like 4 consecutive years of these snowstorms that pretty much shut down cities, we had a snowstorm one season, and I just said, I'm done with this. When work calls you up at 7 o'clock at night during a snowstorm where it's supposed to drop 5 feet overnight. Oh, shit. And they hey, we expect you to be at work at 6 a.m. It's like, how do you tell your boss to go to hell? You move? And then they call you up at 5 a.m. and say, hey, don't worry about it. The trucks are snowed in. They can't even get off the dock. Oh, okay. And you're like, yeah, I knew that. That's why I went out to the bar all night. But so, yeah, we had a storm where there was 4 feet of snow along the back slider to the deck, and I asked my girlfriend at the time. I said, "Hey, you want to go to California and check out some spots to maybe move?" And she's like, "Okay." And we came out here. My mom had been living out here for quite some time at that point, and
So you just didn't just flat out leave and come to California. You kind of had someone out here already.
My mom and a small network of friends of hers, and coming out here is easy. You know, go to the beach, go to the mountains. It's all better than
The drive to Santa Barbara
Wisconsin.
is beach to the left and mountains to the right.
Yeah. Our former commute together was it's beautiful. You know,
my sister-in-law was actually on her way to Santa Barbara yesterday. She put on Snapchat a quick 10-second video on the freeway, and I freaking hit her up. You're by La Conchita on your way to Santa Barbara. And she goes, "Yup." Hey, dude, you don't forget that freeway.
No.
When you drive it for 3 years, you've done it for what we're talking now
7
years.
Yeah.
The same drive for 7 years.
Yeah, and it's not a bad one. I've had drives back home that were cornfields, and
I think the only time it was bad is when that fire hit, right?
yeah.
Weren't Scott and you walking stores?
Oh God.
There you go. There we go.
Yeah. So during the Thomas fire, there was also the mudslide in Montecito shortly after, and I remember driving up to La Conchita and being turned around by CHP because there was mudslides that covered the freeway and you couldn't get through. And we did a couple days of work around the Ventura Oxnard area, and then we got on a train with our supervisor and another supervisor. They rented a car. Scotty and I had to buy new shoes because we put in about 25 miles each day walking around Santa Barbara putting together
Do you have the Apple Watch to prove it?
I could probably go back and check them on. Yeah,
Messing with you, man.
It was brutal. It was a lot of work. I mean, I'm glad we got to get up there and do it, but yeah, it was.
You got to walk
tough
around with
times.
Scotty, dude. So
Yeah, it was. We had a couple suppliers help us. I think Adam was an new FSR at the time, and he was doing a little chauffeuring. But yeah,
is that Crisis Snail, Adam?
Crisis Snail. Yep.
That guy sucks. No, I'm playing. I'm playing. No, we were just clowning on him the other day.
Yeah, he
No, he's a good kid. He had some big shoes to fill.
for sure.
Big shoes to fill.
Yeah, being thrown into that position, it's overwhelming. I mean, it takes a good 2-3 years to get comfortable and productive at our positions, and
Yeah.
he did it without. Scotty was responsible for training and handling a lot of the newcomers to the sales team, and he did a great job of it. And his departure was.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I thought you guys were joking. Somebody texted back. Somebody coming back. But no more sad stories. So you guys moved to California.
Oh yeah. So we came out here for a visit, and we get to LAX, and my wife's looking around at the concrete, and she's like, "I could move here." I'm like, "This is a concrete building. It's an airport. You haven't seen anything. We haven't been to Santa Monica."
So she got off the plane and said, "I'm done. I'm moving. I'm moving in."
We're at baggage claim. We're outside of baggage claim, and all it is just exhaust and buses and so many people. And she's like, "I could move here." I'm like,
All
"Yeah,
right.
we're moving here."
All right.
So we looked at a couple little towns. Ojai wasn't one of them, and we wound up moving out here about a year later. After the next snow and the following fall, but got out here, lived with a family friend for a week, and then we lived in a Motel 6, which thank God it was available. But
Hey, bro, I grew up in Motel 6, dude. I know what's up. My mom had us living in those places for a long time.
okay, yeah, you're familiar. So
Oh, yeah.
we did that for a week, and we wound up finding a house in Ojai, in the Ojai area, on Craigslist of all places. And we
When Craigslist was popping, huh?
yeah, we emailed the dude, and he wrote back, and it was tough because we both owned homes in Wisconsin, and we had a little bit of money. We had enough to pay rent for about a year.
And that's the reason why you guys always travel to Wisconsin, right? Every
Yeah.
time you take a vacation, you go,
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
A couple times a year, or a couple times. Sorry, we go back about once every couple years,
Okay.
and so we met this dude, and we're like, hey, we're honest people. We don't have jobs right now, but we have enough money. We can show you bank statements to pay our rent. And we had 2 dogs too, which is tough. And turns out the guy also loved the same kind of dogs, boxers that we did, and it was like
That was it.
yeah. So he gave us the house, and we lived there for a couple years, and we wound up moving, deeper into Ojai. My wife got a gig selling insurance, and now she walks to work, and I get to drive an hour each way every day. It's a beautiful drive, though.
No, that one time we went to your house, I think it was right after the Thomas fire, because all the mailboxes had "thank you to the firefighters" and "thank you here." But at one point, you lose phone signal, man. I told my wife, our freaking car better not break down right now, because we're screwed. Yeah. We can't even call Chris, who's the closest person here, to come save us from someone who's about to shoot us.
Or kidnap you.
Or kidnap us. And there's no signal. So, but we get to your house. It was deep in there, man.
Yeah, we're like in the heart of Ojai, right downtown, pretty much.
It's funny because my mother-in-law's like, where's Ojai? I'm like, well, his house is, remember where we used to live at? She goes, yeah. It's about 45 minutes from there in the mountains. And she goes, that's the best I can describe, because she's not from out. It's funny because people tell me over here, oh, I'm in Fontana, and I point, okay, it's that way. Or I'm in Monrovia, and okay, it's that way,
Yeah.
So it's the same thing for her. So where is Ojai? I'm like, okay, well, remember where we lived at? It's that way into the mountains.
Yep, it's up.
It was nice. And then, so yesterday, my wife was like I said, like I told you earlier, she's been cleaning because, you're coming over, your wife's coming over, and my mother-in-law's like, what? I'm like, you don't understand. It's Chris. Like, we went to their house, and they let us stay in their house. So I'm not going to not wake up at 4 a.m. for Chris.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, fuck, my wife loves you guys more than I love you guys, and whatever. She loves me, or she loves you guys more than she loves me. And she's been cleaning since like 4:30 in the morning. And
that's nice of her.
It's down, like you said, but then at least the house is clean for the weekend. And then the kids aren't here.
Exactly. It's going to stay clean for at least another day or two.
Yep.
So and it's done early too. By the time this is done, you got a whole day ahead of you still.
So how long have you guys been living in California altogether?
In November, it'll be 9 years.
9 years?
9 whole years. Yeah, it's been kind of crazy. We the first year we were out here, we did all sorts of odd jobs, and it was weird. Just not knowing, like, hey, am I gonna be doing this in a month? In a couple weeks, and then at pretty much 11 months, she got a gig with farmers, and then a month later, I got picked up with Allied through Labor Ready, which like it's a temp service.
Yeah,
and
I think a lot of people got hired.
A lot of folks came through back in the day with Labor Ready,
temp agency. Yeah,
and I sat down with the sales director, and they made me after like 90 days or whatever. I think they have to make you they have to give you a full offer or something to become a regular employee of the company.
Yeah, or
return you back, and they made me a merch, and I became a relief rep pretty quick.
Yeah, you became a merch, and then you met this douchebag.
After I lived at Walmart through your hell. And we're both better people for it, I think.
I think so.
Yeah, we over some transitions and turns, we wound up on that sales team with you and me and Scotty and Tracy, and I think we kicked ass.
You know what? Going back to that, I always tell the guys out here, and I know Juan listens. Was it Juan? I know he listens to the podcast, and I always tell them, dude, I don't get it, man. Over there, we were so united. We were united.
Yeah.
And it's like they see that, like when we hang out, and I post pictures, and like, dude, I always caption it, Allied family. Even to this day, I've been away for 3 years. We're still close. We're still united. Yeah. And we kind of got to get like that out here, because I get it, though. Everybody lives pretty far. There's a guy that lives in Victorville, which is like 2 hours from here. You're you're the
on
farthest.
Your team?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. He's on our team. He drives to Victorville. So I get the whole, you were the farthest, which was a 45-minute drive. But yeah, some of these guys are like, we can come on your podcast, just not on a weekend. We can literally come right after work and record it and hit our way.
Sure.
It makes sense. But it's been so hot in here that I've told them no. Like at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it's a freaking sauna in here.
Sure, roasting.
But it's going to start getting cooler. So yeah, I told them, I'm going to be on vacation next week. Come on down.
You going to load a couple guys up with some time?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, and play a lot of be forced to play Call of Duty. He roasted me. That guy roasted me last week.
Ouch.
He got me good. But so today you guys are on your way to Vegas?
Yeah, we're heading to Vegas. I'm turning 40 on Monday, and we've not really done anything in
Catching up, bro.
8 months, I think. And like most people haven't, but we used to try to get away, every once a month or once every other month if possible, and just kind of stir crazy. And
because we've been begging you to come on the podcast.
Yeah, I know.
And you're like,
and Evan offered to drive me, and I just didn't feel like.
You're like, I need tempting. A dressing room. I need a pizza.
Yeah,
my wife was gonna make you a dressing room, dude.
There's
PVC pipe behind you. She was gonna make it into a dressing room, and but you're like, fuck it, man. I'm on my way to Vegas. Let me stop by, detour.
Yeah, it's early in the morning. It's inconvenient like that, but it's definitely on the way for sure, and I got to do it.
Yeah.
At some point, you have to jump on this thing and see what it's all about.
You got to be on the Flat Tire Andy podcast.
Yeah, I think the garage. You call it a studio. I think it's a garage. But I think it's the perfect setting because Flat Tire Andy has to get his tire fixed.
There you
go. What you're doing. You're talking it out. And where do you fix your tires? You go to the garage and fix your tires.
That's right. I'm making a little homie. I brought the check out here. Brought my awards out here.
Dude, that check's legit.
Yeah, freaking got the palm tree going on over here.
I'm waiting for you to Photoshop that with my name and have it say Ventura, but whatever.
I'll work on it.
Yeah.
Remember when we were all Cicerones?
Oh God.
So our buddy Scotty became level 3, level 2 Cicerone, which are only 3,000 in the world,
something like that.
A low number for how many people are on this world. And
yeah, that or master, but yeah,
not
many.
He was a level 2 Cicerone, beer god, pretty much. So we took his award and we started photoshopping everybody's name on it. So we were all Cicerones.
We were all very important people.
Oh yeah. So that 3,000 number jumped to like 5 quickly
overnight.
Yeah, so that was cool. So, and then you also said you were on your way to check out a dog.
Yeah, we like I mentioned earlier, we're dog people. My wife said boxers for 25 years, and I've had a pet myself, whether it's a dog or a cat or whatever, for 20 years, and we just lost our last pet in September, and I wanted to try and give it like a year before we had another pet, and it was like 3 weeks, and my wife's like, I gotta get a pet.
Yeah,
I need something to
I had I believe I said the same thing a long time ago. I had a little dachshund, little Chihuahua dog.
Dachshund?
Yeah.
Okay.
And her name was Evie. We named her after a Pokemon. That's when we were into Pokemon back then.
Back then?
Yeah, back then. Well, I still am.
Did you still have this dog last week?
No. And now this is a while back, and she was like, she would run on command, like no joke. Like we would scare the neighborhood kids, like go get them, and she would run, like no joke. I'll be like, and she's just like getting ready, her freaking spine's lifted, like she's ready to go, and then I just like boom, and she takes off, but she can literally be inches from this guy's foot, and I just call her back, and she just like walks back like a da 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 da, like nothing happened.
It's obedience, man. That's
she was a cool little dog, and like when Skippy was born, she would lay on the car seat with him, or on his chair with him, so that nobody will come near him. That dog guarded Skippy from anybody.
Possessive.
Yeah.
Protective.
She was a good little dog, and then one day I was at school, and she got hit by a car.
Oh man.
So since then I've never wanted another dog, and this is 2004.
Yeah, so it's been a minute.
It's been a minute. Yeah, it's been quite a minute, and now I got these 2 dogs in the back, and we moved out here. I've always lived in apartments, so we never really got room for a dog. But we moved out here, and you've seen the property. What excuse can I make now?
You don't have one.
Exactly.
Got to get one.
So the wife then started messing around. She's like, okay, well, if we're gonna get a dog, it has to be a Siberian Husky.
Well, that was
because Siberian Huskies are expensive dogs.
That's the reason.
I was barely able to afford this coffee. So she damn well knew I was never going to get the dog. 'Cause she didn't want a dog. But she was playing ball by saying Siberian Husky. So then her conscience was clean. So, all right. So one day we decided to go to the pound. And now she's like,
Wow.
okay, well, they're getting close to getting that damn dog because now we're on the way to the pound. She's playing ball, whatever. We're going through the cages. We're going through the aisles. And, okay, well, this one's, she doesn't like Chihuahuas. Okay, we're going to walk away with a dog regardless. She's not a fan of Chihuahuas because they bark a lot. We kept on walking. A couple boxers came out, and they weren't ready, and kept on going. No joke, we were there for about maybe 2 hours. We're about to leave when we're like, we didn't go down this aisle. So, okay, we check it out. Literally, the last freaking cage
Really?
was a Siberian Husky that nobody wanted. The lady's like, there's 5 people on the list, but if you guys seriously want it, you guys can pick them up tomorrow. The wife's like, well, it's meant for us to have this dog.
Oh, yeah. She was pissed.
Dude, $75. You know how many thousands of dollars I saved by going to the pound? He was only 2 years old. $75. Boom. Max.
Wow.
Yeah. So we ended up getting him. I took him to the vet. Like they told us, okay, you got 10 days. Take him to the vet to make sure everything's fine. Because if he's sick or anything, then we take him back. I take him to the vet. Doctor was pretty funny. Here in La Puente, and he's like, what was your purpose of getting this dog? Your family dog. He goes, okay. You go to the gym? I'm like, I have a gym membership. Yeah, I go once in a while. He goes, cancel that the gym membership. I'm like, cancel the gym membership? Well, why? This dog's gonna make you run.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit. Okay. Then he tells me, this dog is not gonna protect your home. Anybody that walks by your house, he's gonna allow them to pet him. You were able to pet him today.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody breaks into your house, not only is this dog going to help them steal your shit, he's going to leave with them.
Oh, gosh.
Homie, within the first 2 months, that damn doctor was correct. I've never ran so much in my life until I had this dog. He would see the gate open. He would take off. One day we were carpooling with a coworker of mine. It was like 4 a.m, and I just say, hold on. And I take off. This guy's outside like 10 minutes later, like smoking a cigarette. Where'd you go? The dog ran off, dude. He goes, shit, you just like freaking flash. You're gone. And yeah, dude, that dog made me run for my money, dude. So now he doesn't know. He now is like training him, obviously. One day we drove him to, and I think his old owner used to take him to the beach a lot because we were driving to Oxnard one day. We ended up going through Malibu, which we never did.
Okay.
The moment we hit Santa Monica Pier, he's crying and crying and crying.
Wants to go to the water?
I feel that maybe, I figured that maybe his old owner used to take him to the beach.
Okay.
But no, he's a good dog. He's like, we took him to get professionally groomed. And the lady that groomed him, she goes, you guys got lucky. This is a well-behaved dog. Like, no joke. I walk back there. He doesn't know why I'm going back there, but he walks to the back cage. I have to call him back. No. Come. It's okay. You know, because he's like, I normally lock him in the back when there's guests.
Yeah, pretty chill, though.
It's pretty cool dog. The other one's more of a pain in the ass. But the second dog was also kind of rescued from the pound. The neighbor had a cousin or someone that was like, hey, we have this dog, but we can't keep him anymore, and we want it to go to a home before we take him to the pound. Like, take her to the pound, can we? I'm like, well, we can look at her, but I really don't want another dog. This guy made me run. But, you know, with kids, well, you don't know with kids, but with kids,
I'm glad to say no.
You learn from the first one on the second mistake. You know what I mean? Like, you learn from the first one what not to do with the second one.
Sure.
Which that's why middle kids have the middle child syndrome. She never ran out. She has never run out. So
that's impressive.
They bring her over. We get the 2 dogs together, and they're like biting each other's heads off. Where my wife's like, no, I don't want this dog here. And the old owner was like, literally begging us, please keep her.
Oh wow.
We don't want to take her to the pound. Please keep her. The little girl that he brought his daughter with him, she was like in tears. We don't want to take her. I'd rather lose her, but not lose her to the pound. And so they dropped her off here, and like I said, dogs were just at each other's throats. About maybe 30 minutes later, chow, pow, pow, pow.
Oh wow! I was gonna say chilling together.
All
but
I
it sounds
needed,
like more than that.
all I needed was some, Marvin Gaye in the background. Dude, my wife started crying.
Let's get it on.
My wife started crying. She's like, "No, she corrupted my dog." Like, we've never seen Max hump a tree. Never seen him
Sure.
do any of that. Like innocent, like, maybe a kid from 1 to 11. That was Max. The moment this other dog comes over, she sees the dog's innocence go away. She's crying and calling Luna a hussy and doesn't want her around. And she's like, no, get rid of this dog. And babe, he is more at peace having a second dog here, because let's say you're here. If it was just him, he'd be barking. He'd be like, I want what's going on in there.
Yeah,
but now
needs the attention.
Now that he has a companion, he doesn't. We throw parties and he would be barking at the gate, let me out, I want to see what's going on. But with Luna here, he doesn't. So sometimes the dog pisses me off and I'm like, I'm going to get rid of her. And my wife's like, you can't. He'll be heartbroken.
Yeah, they have companionship now. You gotta see it through.
Because if the gate opens, they can both leave. But I'm like, no, because Max is chipped and I'll get fined.
What about the kids? The kids love them?
The kids love the dogs. I mean, they hate going back there and picking up after them.
That's the responsibility.
But I'm like, if you guys want to make your allowance money every other week, I go to work to make money. You guys need to work to make money as well.
Yeah, earn it.
So they like to go. They don't like to, but they'll do it once in a while. I'll get home and like, Dad, we picked up dog poop. Okay, well, just make sure you guys are on top of it. I haven't heard, Dad, we picked up dog poop in 2 weeks. So there's probably a landmine back there. That's the reason why I didn't introduce you to the backyard yet.
I'm good.
So I don't want you to step into your car with dog poop.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
But
I don't want to do that.
Speaking of kids,
Uh-oh.
so the other day I remember I was texting you guys. I was on my way to get a doctor checkup.
Yeah.
I went to get
How'd that go, by the way?
the yearly checkup. My high blood pressure was just borderline bad and good, only because the Cowboys got their asses kicked the day before, and the doctor understood. So he's like, okay, he pitied me. He was like, you know what, I'm with you. I get it. So he gave me.
That's a frustrating team.
Yeah, he also gave me compliments on losing about 30 pounds in the last 10 months.
You look good, man.
Thank you, appreciate it. It's just the way we've been eating, obviously, just not these donuts, but they're vegan.
Body by Winchell's.
Donuts are vegan.
Bullshit. These are not vegan.
Well, if they're made with real milk, then they're not. But so, anyway, so like I said, he gave me compliments on losing weight. Doctor gave me the blood pressure check and the ears and everything. I asked some questions, like always, like you're supposed to. I'm not ready for that one.
Mm-mm.
You're almost there.
Stop it.
I'm not ready for that. No, I don't want anything going up in there.
For the 40-year-old checkup.
Yeah, I don't want that one.
Mm-mm.
So I'm going to see if I can find the Fountain of Youth within the next 2 years, year and a half.
How about 2 days?
In 2 days?
Hook it up.
Okay.
Let me know where it's at. Drop a pin for me.
I'll see what I can do. But I also talked to the doctor that, hey, my wife has been trying to get, pregnant. She doesn't have any kids of her own, and she's done an amazing job helping me raise my kids. Well, now I can't say my kids, our kids.
Sure.
Because, dude, they love her more than they love me. If I were to raise my voice, no joke. We were in the same car one day, and I kind of like raised my voice to the wife, and all of a sudden her phone goes off. It's Nick texting her from the back seat, asking her to give him the green light. Yeah.
What?
On me.
Oh.
On me, yeah. So,
Dude,
she
built herself a little army.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, she can stump her foot on the bed frame and go, ow, really low. She can go, ow, ow. And the kids are like, the boys are in the room, what? And they're like, dude, Nick kicked me in the multiple times already because he's like, they're just attacking me. But anyways, I told the wife, do you think I really want another one of these? So no, but she really wants a child of her own. She wants to experience what other people experience. Motherhood, exactly. I told her, you have a kid, that's all yours. It's all you. Just tell me when to make the payments. Child support payments.
No, God, no.
I don't know. She said, I say that. I say, little kids are like, stay away from me. But dude, my nieces were over the other day and they had to spend a night and I'm over here snuggling with them. And
you're a sucker.
yeah, they're getting ready. Dude, you got two twin little girls, dude. It's like, You know, I was like, come on. And they took off yesterday. And I'm like, wait, what? No, where are you going? No, like, don't leave me. And I fake cry. And they come up to me, it's okay, Uncle Andy. We'll be back tomorrow. So, yeah, I think my wife's right. I think I'll be a sucker if I have another little, especially a little girl, dude. I think I'll be a sucker. I think she's right. So, anyways, so I mentioned to the doctor, hey, you know, we have to, you know, the wife wants to get pregnant. And how long you guys been together? Well, technically 8 years. And so technically we've been trying for 8 years. And he's like, when's the last time you had a kid? I'm on, well, he's 11. So, okay. So the last time you had a kid was 11 years ago. We got to get your shit checked.
Okay.
Wait, what? No. Like, you know how uncomfortable it's going to be walking out of the little room and the nurses be like, we know what you just did.
Yeah. I think they're probably used to that. You aren't, but
I'm not. Like,
I would suggest not having a creepy look on your face or like some sort of satisfying grin.
Don't walk out satisfied with the cigarette. With the cigarette.
The cigarette might be a nice touch. You probably get arrested for it here in California, but just walk out normal. Thank you. I'll see myself out.
I've never done that before, so it's gonna be weird.
Or you go full in on it, and you get the hair gel, and you do like a something about Mary sort of thing. Like, I think it went well. What do you guys think?
Use it as gel?
Yeah. Just a little bit on the ear. Pop the hair up.
The way I told her, man, I'm 38 years old, having another kid. That means that I'll be, by the time the kid hits 12, I'm gonna be 50. But I mean, shit. If Valentine in the morning can pull it off, I guess I can do it. He's 50. He's got a 12-year-old boy, so he's rocking it. He's doing it. I guess I can do it.
I don't doubt you can do it.
Yeah. So
that's not even a question. It's is it right for you both?
Yeah. I mean, I know it'll put her, what do you call it, through the moon or whatever the phrase is. I know she'll be happy as hell.
Yeah, she'll be
ecstatic, dude.
Ecstatic. That's the word.
That's all she's ever wanted. I think she's just telling me that since she was a kid, that's all she ever wanted to be, is a mom.
A mom.
So I told her it's funny, and she said she's the one that said if it was meant for me to help you raise your kids and not have kids of my own, if that's what God's plan was, then because you can't have kids and then you get slapped with 3 of them. You know, it's like now there you go, you get to experience that, but it's not the same.
Right.
The kids are older now, and they defend her like they love her like there's no tomorrow, but they didn't come out of her. So,
well, yeah, that's a whole part that neither one of us will ever be able to speak to. Is
so we'll I don't know. She needs to get testings too. I have to go tomorrow to get my blood work done, and hopefully that as well.
Okay.
Get it done out of the way. Because we spoke to a different doctor the other day, and he's like, well, we're going to get you checked. I'm like, well, I already have scheduled for that. Well, I'm going to schedule you again for that. So you want me to do it twice? Because, I mean, I can only pull it once. I'm going to pull it off one time. And
back to back, bro.
Back to back. So we'll see. Like I said, I'm going to go tomorrow. I was supposed to go today, but I'm not going to not have a donut with my buddy Chris.
Yeah.
Got to have a donut. And see how that goes. But what is your take on kids?
Oh, man.
Because you and your wife
only
have dogs.
You know, I've never really been a big fan of kids myself.
Dude, I loved it when your wife told my kids, go hug Uncle Chris. And the kids are running, Uncle Chris. And you're like, oh, what? And they're hugging you. You look so freaking scared. What do I do?
They're cute kids. They're good kids. They want a hug. I'll give them a hug. But it's, it's a little awkward, but...
You look so uncomfortable that day.
it gets better over time, but no, kids. I wasn't the best kid myself, and I have certain perspectives on the way the world is now, and bringing kids into the world, and there's too many damn people everywhere. That's just a fact. But kids are a pain in the ass. In the last couple of years, I've been fortunate enough to have a nephew and a niece born, and I see them like once a year for about 3 days.
And that's enough?
Oh, I got years and years of stories about that. Like, I'm good. Those 3 days are about a decade each.
There you go.
Yeah, but I get my little time in, and it makes me appreciate not having kids.
There you go.
That when I wake up on a Saturday, I don't have to make anybody breakfast if I don't want to. I don't have to go shopping. I don't have to pick up your school supplies or meet your teacher that I don't even care about. Like, it's all that. Like, I don't have any of those problems. I call them, obligations, but let's be real. Yeah, I don't have to worry about that, and I love it. And some people are made to have kids, and some aren't. I mean, your kids are doing great.
No, and
you've done a phenomenal job with what you got, and
appreciate it. It's sometimes when they're like biting and they're bickering at each other and they're fighting and like it gets annoying, and then I'm playing with you guys online, and obviously you guys can hear what I'm saying and stuff. And I'm like, damn, I envy you guys. I actually hurt Nick's feelings one day.
Really?
When I told my wife, like, I don't like it when my dad makes those comments because we don't know. Who was he playing with? Well, with Chris and Adam and Forrest. So are you really going to take your dad serious when he's playing with those three guys?
No.
Are you going to take your dad serious when he makes comments to those three guys?
Nope.
He's like, oh, yeah, you're right. Like, come on. He's just... He
That's part of growing up.
doesn't like to hear you guys fighting. No joke. The other day, my father-in-law and my mother-in-law started bickering about tile, and I'm like, I'm done, and I walked out.
Just leave.
I'm out.
Let me know what you decide.
So when they fight, it gets annoying, and it's like those are the days that I envy Chris, and I'm not supposed to envy, but no, but you guys, you and your wife, obviously your wife also is not a fan of having her own kids.
Having them, being around them,
so
seeing them.
You picked your perfect partner in crime.
we clicked pretty well on that level.
And that's the one thing I said. Like, look at these guys. They're on their way to Vegas. They don't, I had to take mine to Valencia, not because we wanted to go to Valencia, but because I had to go see their mom.
Yeah.
To drive back. You guys are gonna go and have a good time, hopefully.
Yes. If you go to Vegas and don't have a good time, it's your problem.
Yeah.
It's not Vegas's problem.
No, I know, right?
But yeah, the whole kid thing, I've grown more tolerant over the years, I think. Maybe. Living in my own little bubble in Ojai might not be the healthiest thing when it's coming to talking about kids, but yeah, I don't intend on having them.
Yeah.
And I'm all for people, if a kid's going to make you happy in life,
go for it.
I mean, you don't have to have 9 of them.
Baseball team?
Yeah.
No, the boys actually said if we have another boy, they want us to name him or something close to Scotty.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's like that was them. I'm telling you, they miss him. They truly miss him.
Yeah, no, he loved your boys.
Because what is it? Recently, my wife, she thought she could have been. And we thought Nick and Julian were going to be kind of like jealous about it or like kind of react to it weird because they're the ones, they're the ones that are here. No, Nick was like, Mom, do you need me to make you coffee? Do you need me to?
For real?
Like he started like cleaning the kitchen. He like to make sure that, and it was just like we don't even know. Like we have no idea. So he said, yeah, I wouldn't mind having a little sister. And then again, they said that but if it's a little boy. They want us to honor Scotty.
That's cool.
That's like this is impact this man did to everybody.
Yeah.
For everybody. But
it speaks volumes that your boys had, I would say a few interactions with him based on what an actual like long-term friendship would be over the years. They had a few interactions with him and he left that sort of mark on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a big deal.
They want to honor Scotty if we get blessed with another child.
Nice.
But the reason why I asked you about your kids because the story you told us about your sister when she asked you, hey Chris, what do you think about kids?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
I don't remember verbatim what my response was, but it wasn't favorable for having them. Let's just say that I was not promoting children very nicely, and it was actually her way of introducing me to the fact that she was pregnant, and I don't recall if she cried or not, but I felt like an asshole pretty quick. And
so yeah, Chris does have a heart.
Edit that part. No, I can control my life.
Yeah, no, you know what?
That's
And like I said, dude, no one hates on you. You're not hating on anybody for having kids.
Mm-mm.
No one's hating on you for not having kids. Everyone, does their thing, and you and Tala look real happy together, and your dogs and yourselves, and you guys have more freedom. And
Yeah, and I mean, like, my nephew's a great kid. He's the firstborn, and now I have a niece, and she's a great kid, and I don't see him enough, and like I said, I'm growing more tolerant or softening up or whatever, especially around them. It's family, and
yeah,
you want to see the best for them, and they're doing great. So
that's good, man.
I'm
You're rocking the uncle thing.
Yeah, I'm doing what I can do, but it's from a distance. They're in Milwaukee, and like I said, I see him once a year, maybe. But
when's the next time you're going out there?
It's all dependent on what happens in the next couple of months, and if we see a vaccine or anything. But not anytime soon. It's already snowing there actually this week.
Oh, so you're like, forget it.
No.
Yeah, not anytime soon.
Yeah, I'm not going back there during the winter.
You left because of the winter.
I left because of it.
Flashbacks, huh?
Go back in the summer. Summers are great. It's 85, sunny, comfortable. But yeah, no, the kid front is it's definitely softening over the years, but it's not for me.
Well, everybody has their likings.
Yeah. Like I said, if it's gonna make your life better, make you happier.
Yeah.
More power to you.
We'll see what happens. Like I said, I have to get checked. The wife has to get checked, and pretty much they're giving her pills and
sure,
just whatnot, whatever, and then we'll see what happens. So you might be an uncle in a few years again.
Okay.
Coming from the guy that freaking bitched you out at a Walmart.
Yeah, man, it's
fucking times, man. How times have changed.
I'm glad we had lunch that day and made that all, out in the open and figured it all out and got to know you more and, appreciate you and
yeah, man. Years
become a
later,
part of your guys' lives.
Here we are, man. We all, like I said, we were one united team, and we still are. Here we are.
That team, I believe, after the acquisition, I think that team was the longest lasting team to stay intact.
Yeah, from the old company.
Mm-hmm. And I was kind of proud of that. Like, we produced pretty well. We stuck around. I mean, you moved away, and then Scotty and I think Tracy's over in Simi Valley now, but
he's still here though.
Yeah, I mean, we're all still working for the company.
Yeah,
which is impressive in itself.
Yeah,
and you're freaking salesman of the year somehow.
Right? I couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe that bad boy. There it is.
Damn.
Proof that says it right there.
Chris Smith, Ventura, salesman of the year.
I'll change it, dude.
Not happening.
But add a couple zeros to it.
Add a couple of zeros.
Man, Chris.
I wish.
Dude, thank you for coming, man. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking time on your way to freaking Vegas to drive by and check out the pad and check out the studio and and just be on the podcast, man.
Dude, this is a trip. I dig the setup. I recognize the repack.
There's a Corona cooler up there. There's a Pacifico cooler over there.
For real.
There's a Corona barbecue grill down there.
How much of that do you actually use?
It's been sitting there. So
I got 4 really nice shiny new bikes in my garage.
And I believe I gave you or sold you one.
One of them came from you. One of them came from Scotty. One of them came from another guy. I don't think I earned any of them on my own. I do believe I compensated people for them, but yeah, I've never ridden one. They're shiny. They look good. But how often do you use any of those coolers?
We take them to the beach when we go to the beach. But not this year alone. They haven't been used. The barbecue pit hasn't even been opened.
Come on, man. Sell it.
You want to buy it? You're watching and be like, we keep for a dog and a podcast, not a grill.
Yep.
But again, man, thank you for making the trip over here for detouring on the way to Vegas. And like I end every podcast, thank you for riding with me.
Hey, man, it's been a pleasure.
Every podcast, thank you for riding with me.
Hey, man, it's been a pleasure. I appreciate it.
Thank you for listening to Ride With Me, the Flat Tire Indie Podcast. You can also listen to us on iTunes, Spotify, and Podbean.